All right, it's always fun. It's always very exciting to come around to talk African football, Nigeria Super Fans Forum. My name remains Ashalula Femi. Of course, James Agberebi is unavoidably absent today, so I'll be doing with all of you wherever you're joining us from around the world today, from Australia, Canada, USA, and Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, wherever. We appreciate you so much. Like I always do, we do not take your support very, very lightly. We appreciate them, your criticism, your suggestions, and all the words of encouragement. Of course, we take all of those into art. Okay, let's give you a sneak peek into what we're looking at today on the show. I remember 2 days ago, the hashtag Respect the Legend trended in Ghana after former Black Stars captain Stephen Appiah gave that exclusive interview regarding how the country's football should be run or who should run the country's football. And a lot of Ghanaians, of course, they actually led to his defense. But those who were on the defense were officials of the GFA who said Appiah should actually seek formal education rather than complain. They had actually advised to told the path of Samuel. We'll be looking at that today. And of course, we'll be looking at the Black Queens. Of course, remember, on the back of their recent back-to-back wins against Senegal. And the coach is been talking regarding that. And of course, also we'll be talking about DDIU. He's not happy with the GFA regarding some things. And ultimately, at the moment right now in Nigeria, Asamoah Gyan and Achraf Hakimi are both trending. Yeah, they are both trending. I remember a few days ago, Achraf Hakimi's spouse actually went to court to seek a divorce proceedings and of course, to also ask for half of his wealth. And it was at that time the court found out that Hakimi had transferred all of his wealth to his mother. Yeah, you heard that, right? All of his wealth to his mother. And of course, Nigerians are actually saying that Hakimi is taking a cue from Asamoah Gyan, who also actually did similar thing. So it's going to be an exciting time on Nigeria fans from today. Okay, let's get started. We'll be talking about Stephen Appiah's exclusive interview with Sompa FM. He actually said that the country's football in Ghana should be run by former footballers and not just people who speak big grammar. In Nigeria, we say Oyinbo, those who speak big Oyinbo. And of course, GFA, some GFA officials didn't find that very funny. And particularly, he said, I quote someone again, he said, legends and former players are not getting the chance around football administration. He said, I have learned something that football is run by footballers. It is not the grammar or English that they speak. He told Sampa FM. And of course, Nana Duro Safo, of course, an executive member of the GFA, actually told Asamoah Stephen Appiah, I beg your pardon, to seek formal education to follow the path of Samuel Eto'o, remember the Fecafoot president, and he said he should try to seek formal education if he actually wants to get into football administration. I don't know what you guys think about that. If actually the running of football should be left to former footballers who actually knew they've been there. Of course, they've been there, they've done that. They would know how the players feel. They would know what to do at a particular time because, like I said, of course, the psychology, they've been there. They know what is happening right. And of course, because if you look at Ghanaian football, there are three, what you can call them legends, though, they are you, Asamoah Gyan, and of course, Asamoah Gyan and Stephen Appiah. They are three former Black Star captain. Asamoah Didiayu is still the current captain of the Black Stars. They've used their money, yes, had the money to actually finance Ghana football at the time. Now, talk about Stephen Appiah. And in that interview, he said there was a time everybody had no interest in playing for Black Stars. He said their ticket, I said their ticket, he said, yeah, there was a time no one was interested in playing for the Black Stars. He said, I had to pay for players' plane tickets to Ghana, and there was a time I paid winning bonuses. Yeah. So do you think that football should be run by people who speak grammar, people who've gone to school, probably not even didn't study sports psychology or physical education, or you think sports should be run by former footballers who've been there, who knew what the players would feel at the time, who knew even about the welfare of the players? Because I do not know if some of these administrators actually would use their own money to actually finance country's football. Of course, let's talk about Samoa again. I remember when he donated $10,000 to the Black Queens, yeah, during the 2015 preparation for the All African Games. Yeah, $10,000. And of course, I remember some of the girls, they were so emotional that they burst into tears because they were so moved by such a gesture. And of course, just to talk about the DIU, in 2016, I remember the DIU, he offered to pay a plane ticket for some of the Black Stars players because at the time, the country's football ministry were not ready to pay business class for 21 foreign-based players, and they offered to pay that money. So I think that also somehow justify what Steven Appiah is saying, that the running of football should be left to former footballers. I think if former footballers would actually, after retirement or even during their career, will seek formal education, improve themselves, I think they will be in great position to become administrators rather than just leave it to people, maybe who perchance, maybe by government appointment, find themselves in the running of football. Yeah. So I don't know what you guys think. I want you to tell me in the comment section what you think, particularly our fans in Ghana. What do you think about this thing? Because of course you must have heard about it in the media. What do you think regarding that? Okay, let's talk about the Black Wings. Like I said, the coach of the Black Wings, Nora Hopto, has been saying that that the team still has a lot to remember. They had a pretty straight victory recently in the friendly games, particularly over Senegal, back to back over Senegal. And she's been saying that the players need to find themselves more and going ahead. And of course, the target for her is to qualify the Black Wings for the 2024 African Women Cup of Nations. So I think Ghana has been preparing in that direction. And of course, there are other couple of friendlies that have been put together for the Black Wings. Hopefully, the Black Wings will be there because if you really look at it right now, the women's FIFA Women's World Cup will be taking place very soon in Australia and New Zealand. I think that the Black Queens should have been one of the representatives from the continent, one of the four representatives from Africa, but due to some things, I think the Black Queens are really, really far behind because now we have Morocco and of course South Africa who are now in the mix. So even Cameroon have they've also fallen behind seriously regarding that. Okay, let's move on to a story about Adedeya. You remember we told you in some of our past editions that Adedeya wasn't even listed on on the match day squad for the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier with Angola in Kumasi. Remember we talked about that, and though some people took that with a pinch of salt, I think including myself, because we thought it was some journalists were just saying something that wasn't real. But of course, Sadiq Adams, a respected journalist in Ghana, has come out to say that Didi Ayu isn't really happy about that situation. And he's saying that till now, the GFA, the Ghana Football Association, has not apologized to Didi Ayu because a captain, how would it's quite funny because how would a captain's name be missing on a match day list? Yeah, match day list. He wasn't listed for the game, but he was on the bench. I was even dressed, though he was on the bench, but he was dressed. And the GFA has not apologized to Didi Ayu. It's not quite funny. And Sadiq Adams, of course, he said that Didi Ayu is really, really not happy with that situation. And the surprising thing was reactions from a lot of Ghanaians regarding that. And some are saying that the should retire from the Black Stars if if he's still mad about that situation. Some even went as far as saying that remind him that he shouldn't have taken the penalty against Uruguay at the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. I think it's quite funny, but I think we need to just move on. That has happened, and I think some people should just move on. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think the IU is overreacting regarding that? Or if you ask me, I think the GFA did not treat him well. He has a record appearance for the Black Stars in history after he overtook Samoa again in that friendly win over Switzerland. So I think the GFA should do more. They should be tactful in terms of treating such a so that it won't appear like another Samoa again situation in the Black Stars. Okay, let's move. Let's talk about the minor situation right now. Because you're all aware of what happened in that Champions League tie with Manchester City that the Pep Guardiola side tore Bayern Munich apart. Sadio Mane was the 24th. He played only 21 minutes in that encounter, while Leroy Sané actually played the full 90 minutes. But I think when Sadio Mane came on, maybe right from the bench, who knows, he wasn't impressed with what Leroy Sané did, and maybe he took the anger. He took the, he took the anger on him after the game, and I think there was a confrontation, according to Bild, a German publication. And when that actually came to light, some people were waiting for Bayern Munich to take a position or to actually to refute or confirm the situation. And of course, Bayern eventually came out to say that, yeah, it was true. And they confirmed that Sadio Mane has been suspended and is going to be fined, and he would not be in the match squad for the Bundesliga game this weekend. And the surprising thing is, or what took everybody as a surprise was that Sadio Mane is known to be a calm person. He's a legend in African football. He's the reigning African footballer of the year. A lot of people are saying that Leroy Sané must have said something very, very annoying to Sadio Mane for him to have reacted that way. Because according to that report, Sadio Mane actually he inflicted some injuries on Leroy Sané's lips. And I remember I saw a video where Leroy Sané was trying to cover his lips. Though yesterday, there were pictures from Bayern Munich training. Both of them, they looked to be getting along already. And of course, both of them have actually apologized to the team because they came to fisticuffs. Of course, fisticuffs, they actually had a confrontation, a brawl, so to say, but they've apologized. But Sadio Mane, people are saying that Leroy Sané must have said something nasty to him for him to have reacted that way. What do you think, Guy? Let's know because of course you know Sadio Mane. I wouldn't think Sadio Mane would naturally or literally behave that way if Leroy Sané had not provoked him. Now let's get to what I actually told you was is trending right in Nigeria right now on Twitter. Okay, so Achraf Hakimi was actually in the news for a not very good reason. Remember that in the suburb or the community where he resides in Paris, a lady was said to have walked into a police station to lay an allegation against him that he slept with her without her consent. I think that matter is still ongoing. The investigation is still ongoing. And of course, reports in the media now says that his wife approached the court for a divorce and demanding half of his wealth, of his fortune. It was at that time the court found out that Achraf Hakimi does not have anything, that he has long time ago transferred everything he has mother, to his mother. I do not know what you guys think. And in Nigeria, even ladies on Twitter, they are saying that they are happy that footballers are actually finally are getting wiser and of course freeing themselves from women who appear to love them for what they have and not just for the true sake of love. Of course, like I said, Achraf Hakimi's spouse initiated the divorce proceedings and demanded over 50%, more than even half of the Moroccan athlete's asset and wealth. However, during the court hearing, it came to light that Hakimi possessed no belongings as he had transferred his complete fortune to the ownership of his mother a long time ago. If you actually follow the 2025 World Cup very, very much, remember Morocco's a fairy tale run to the semifinals. I remember I think it was there after the win against over Portugal in the quarterfinals. The mother was there. Yeah, the mother was there, and at the stadium, you could feel the love between mother and son. I think that had actually transferred into transferring his complete wealth and assets to his mother. So, not very, very good one for his wife right now. I know she will be gnashing at it at the moment. But what do you think? Because if you love someone, even if you are seeking divorce, I think settling for what you think is rightfully belongs to you should be an agreement between both of you and not just making demands because you're demanding for over 50% of what a person has worked for his entire life. I think there is more to that. Unfortunately, she is disappointed. We'll be following that story very closely to know what actually pans up. At the moment, the court says Achraf Hakimi does not have any belongings. He doesn't have any wealth. He doesn't have any asset as he has transferred everything to his mother. Nigerians are saying, yeah, Asamoah Gyan did something similar. And certainly it must have been that Achraf Hakimi must have learned from Asamoah Gyan or some of the African football legends who have been in such situation. And now, of course, he's trying not to find himself in that similar situation. What do you think, particularly for guys and, of course, for ladies? Also, what do you think? Do you think Achraf Hakimi did the right thing? And do you think that he should have been mindful of the fact that, okay, he has a wife and maybe possibly keep something for her in case of situations like this? Let's know what you think. So today, of course, we've looked at the explosive interview from Stephen Appiah. What do you think about that interview? Do you think former footballers should be left to run football in Ghana? Even in Nigeria here, it's been the same conversation, the same debate that former footballers, because if you look at it, the likes of super good legend Osinjeji Okocha, Kanu Nwankwo, should you naturally expect them to be in the running of Nigerian football, but they are far from it. So it's been the same kind of debate. So do you think former footballers, football legends should be left to run football in their country? Please let us know in the comment section, as well as this Achraf Hakimi situation. And there are you, of course, also that is not happy with the GFA. Let's know what you think. Of course, this is where we have to wrap things up today. By Monday, of course, James Agbere will be around and we'll be looking at things regarding football on the continent. Until then, I remain Ashalu Bafemi. See you all. Thank you for your support. Bye for now.